Oh, lads. Before we get started on the non-commons chat, is there any commons that are worth looking at? Yes, which one? All of them? Okay. It's time for a 30-second common review. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, game life disturbed to... No. Honestly, that's not that bad. It's not terrible. Morning Patrol. Nope. 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 +2/+all lifelink, and if it dies, get a token? That's interesting. 2 mana, 3/1 flash, and for 1 you get to be a Bronto? Okay, that thing's absolutely sick. Clarion Clathers. 4 mana, 3/3 first strike. Nope, nope. Put a +1/+1 counter and vigilance until end of turn. Flashback 1. That's pretty cool for Magecraft pile. Cost 1 less for each creature you attacked with this turn. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Costs 1 less for each creature you attacked with this turn. That's a cool card, but... I don't know, man. This is the type of card that is... Obviously, it has a wide range between good and bad. And it's just bad a little bit too often. You know? It's kinda cool though. Like, in a normal game, this is a 2 mana 2/2 that draws a card, but the problem is that you can't play it on curve, right? I don't think that will get played, but it is very, very close to being good. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard. If it's neither day nor night, becomes day. When it becomes day, untap. Counter target spell. If it's countered, exile it. Enters the battlefield, mill 3. Create a 2/2. Nope. Nope. Look at the top 3 cards of library, put any number of them into graveyard, and the rest back on top in any order. Nope, 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 nope. Blue seems kind of insane and limited though, so far. 2 mana 1/2, draw discard. Whenever you discard a spirit card or card with disturb. Nope. 2 mana 2/1. Okay, this card is normally a 1/3, huh? 2/1's a lot better than a 1/3. Four mana 3/2. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. Instant speed. Isn't that Sign in Blood? Oh, Sign in Blood is double black 2 mana sorcery. Limited evaluations? Well, I mean, I might be wrong, but blue seems kind of good so far. Return creature card from graveyard to hand, put a counter on up to one target zombie you control. I think that's pretty good, guys, Blood Pact. Surely this card is good. Has to be. Duress. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards, flashback. Okay, that thing's absolutely gas. 3 damage to any target, 2 less to cast if it's night. Nightling Bolt. I mean, is it ever going to be night? Trample, enter the battlefield with a counter on it if opponent lost life this turn. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a vampire. 1 damage to creature, 1 damage to controller, draw a card. Destroy artifact or get +2/+2 until end of turn. That thing's kind of sick. +3/+1. Trample. First strike on opponent's turn. Plummet. Plummet, plummet, plummet. Okay, most of those suck as expected. Alright, let's look at the real bangers now, chat. Smoldering Egg. 2 mana Dragon Egg. 0/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a number of ember counters on Smoldering Egg equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then, if Smoldering Egg has 7 or more ember counters on it, remove them and transform Smoldering Egg. And it transforms into a 4/4 flyer whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, deal 2 to any target. 7's a lot. 7's a lot. That card is like cool though. So it's gonna flip on turn 4, and it can attack straight away, right? The dragon? That is very optimistic. What, it's very optimistic to cast your cards? I don't think so. If you're not spending 2 mana on turn 2, 3 mana on turn 3, and 4 mana on turn 4, then cut the 10 mana cards from your deck and play a real deck. That's a you problem, that's not a Smoldering Egg problem. Who plays creatures anyway? Well, you're going to play this in a deck where you're flipping it, obviously. Only problem is you might want other creatures even in this deck. I mean, if you're casting a creature on 3 or 4, then you can just flip it the next turn. You know? I think this thing's pretty good. My main issue with it is the card is definitely good. It'll probably end up in a shitty deck though. Because a deck with a ton of instants and sorceries is normally bad. But, I mean, Delver, Smoldering Egg, Iteration, Consider. Like, what other creatures can go in your Delver and Smoldering Egg deck? Dragon's Raid Channeler? Sadly not. Storming Entity rotates, sadly. Like, Goldspan and the new 4 mana dragon, maybe, but you want another cheap creature too. Magmatic Channeler? Thermo Alchemist? Demilich maybe, yeah. But you need a 1-drop, man. You need Soulscar Mage, you need Dragon Rage Channeler. Delver? Yeah, well, to go alongside Delver. Is your 4 copies of Demilich finally going to see play? Maybe. Probably not, but... You don't need a 1-drop. It's standard we're talking about. How do you not need a 1-drop, man? What creature deck was good that didn't have 1-drops? What are you on about? Tell me, can you name a single one? The answer will be no. Mono white, mono green, and black white. Those are your examples of decks without 1-drops. Mono green and mono white. Okay. I don't know, dude. I feel like it's going to be missing one creature, but maybe not. We'll definitely be trying it though. Delver, Smoldering Egg, Demi-Lich, maybe the 4-mana dragon. And then hopefully one other creature that we've just simply forgotten about. VV section. Sack a creature, draw 3. This plus claim. 4-mana Village Rites. Hallowed Respite. Exile target non-legendary creature, then return it to the battlefield under your owner's control. Okay, don't give a fuck. Blood Tithe Collector. If opponent lost life this turn, each opponent discards a card. Nope. No comments. Sad. Very sad. Alright. 1 mana, 1/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If there are 3 or more creatures in the graveyard, transform into a 3/3. At the beginning of upkeep, you may exile a card from your graveyard. If it was a creature, put a counter on the Hulk. Hey man. 1 mana 3/3s are good. This is awful? I don't know, dude. This is not awful, I would say. This is very good. Getting 3 creatures in your grave is hard as fuck. It is. It is hard as fuck, but it means you've either got a 1 mana 3/3 or you've got a 1 mana 1/1 and your opponent's not killing your green creatures. Either way, you win. This thing's absolutely nutty. Looks like a fun guy. Does look like a fun guy, man. Dude, is this thing historic playable? Like, it is an absolute house. Teamer Delver, Channeler, Hulk, and Delver. Just 3 or 12 3-power 1-drops. And they all just synergize with each other, man. It's kind of crazy. I mean, we're not going to play Teamer Delver, but this guy's a house. Vengeful Strangler. 2/1 can't block. When it dies, return it to battlefield. Transformed under your control, attached to creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. At the beginning of your upkeep, enchanted permanent's controller sacrifices a non-land permanent and loses 1 life. Okay, that is a lot of words, but that thing sucks. Tovolar's Huntmaster. 6 mana 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, create 2/2/2 tokens. And that's day. And night, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, create 2 tokens. And for 4, another target wolf or werewolf you control fights creature you don't control. Wolf Titan? I mean, this is just a 6 mana chariot, guys. What do you mean not bad? It's a 6 mana chariot, it's shit. Which doesn't make wolves when it attacks. It does when it's night. So in day you only get it when it enters the battlefield, but in night you get it on enters the battlefield or attacks. That thing's bad, I think. Fateful Absence. 2 mana instant, destroy creature or planeswalker its controller investigates. Absence trash. Malevolent Hermit. Sacrifice Malevolent Hermit. Counter creature spell unless its controller pays 3. A non-creature. And then you can cast it with Disturb again. Non-creature spells you control can't be countered. 3 mana 2/2 flyer. I don't know, man. Gas. Pepe Lamal. What are you guys laughing at? Chat didn't like that you skipped over fake declaration in stone. This thing? Guys, this card is absolutely dog shit, dude. What are you talking about? This is completely unplayable. S plus Narset, yeah. 2 mana instant white removal for creatures and planeswalkers, though. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Why do you like? Okay, I've already explained this like 100 times. I'll explain it once more. This is the last time I will explain this thing in my streaming career. Why? Why do you remove a creature? Why would you remove a creature? One of two reasons, right? You're also playing a creature deck, and you want to remove their creature because it's bigger than yours. And then that will let you attack. So why would you use this to remove their big creature and then let them draw again? Or you're playing a slow deck and you don't want to die to the creature. Okay, so you use a removal spell and you give them a clue and then you let them draw another creature and you didn't get to draw a card. It's like Baleful Mastery, man. It completely defeats the point of using a removal spell. Yeah, this is a student cost paid Baleful Mastery. It's absolutely fucking garbage. Absolutely unplayable, man. If you are playing a deck and you want to play this, just delete your fucking deck and play the deck that you want to use this against. Like, it is absolutely absurd to even consider playing this. It's fucking ridiculous. Why on earth would you use one of your cards to let your opponent draw another one? What card could they possibly be using that you're willing to use one of your cards from your hand to get rid of theirs and then give them another one? This is fucking stupid. Comments? I can't believe you guys think this is good. The comments are going to say it's good too, huh? That's why I skipped over it. I didn't even realise that you would think this is good. Philippe! It's like Baleful Mastery if Baleful Mastery was weaker. No exile, no option to pay for, and Baleful Mastery is still crap. Mod that guy, man. Mod him. Aside from the obvious open brackets lack of close brackets power this card has, a clue token is very, very minor. Dude, why do these fucking Gandalfs, why do they fill their deck with, I don't know, like Chemister's Insight? They pay this like insane amount of mana to draw cards, and then they just give their opponent a way to draw cards, and just like, nah, it's minor, man. It's minor. I'm willing to pay 4 mana to draw 2 cards, but if I give my opponent one, that's minor. It's just very, very minor. It triggers me. Oh my god, this is spectacular. I don't care if you give them the option to investigate. It's completely irrelevant that my opponent can now draw a card in this card game. It does not matter. I got to remove their creature. It's a shame about the one that I let them draw, and now I don't have a removal spell for that one, and now I am dead. Wow. Yeah, Frank, you fucking nailed it, bruv. This guy might be historic playable, man. This little dude. He's surely decent in standard, maybe in some sideboards. Is this a War Boss slot card, chat? Maybe. Is this another War Boss slot card? The whole set is War Boss slot cards. It's you with hair. Yeah, it is. It's me with hair. That's so funny. It's me with hair, man. The similarities are endless. Like every facial feature, every like part of his body just looks exactly like me, and especially the staff. Jaren Corrupted Bishop. Whenever Jaren Corrupted Bishop enters the battlefield or another non-token human you control dies, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 white human creature token. Target human you control gains lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you have exactly 13 life, you may pay 6. If you do, transform. Flying, trample, lifelink, sack a creature, draw a card. Is this guy just like nuts or what? Whenever it enters the battlefield or another non-token human you control dies, you lose 1 life and create a token. So you cast it, you get 2/3, you get a token. You not only get a token, but you also get a clue token from Gandalf. That's true. Another legendary they'll never see play because 3 cost is stacked. Not really in black though. Black doesn't have a lot of 3-drops, man. Like, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but we discussed that, huh? Like, Rakdos in Standard 2022 just goes straight from 2 to 4 because there's no 3-drops in red or black. Red and black have both gotten some decent 3-drops in this set though. But I think you'll want to play this. If there's a human deck, which there might be. We've got Rally the Ranks, right? White-black has pretty good mana. Hordes of Humans. I think Hordes of Humans has 1-drops, right, as well? Obsessive Astronomer. 2 mana, 2/2. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Stormkirk Bloodthief. 3 mana, 2/2 rogue. At the beginning of your end step, if opponent lost life this turn, put a counter. Lord of the Forsaken. 6 mana, 6/6 flying trample. Black, sacrifice a creature, target player, mills 3 cards, pay 1 life, add colorless mana, spend this mana only to cast a spell from your graveyard. 6 mana Titan's Nest that costs life. PogChamp. Worse than Burning Rune Demon? I mean, these big black idiots they're always shit, aren't they? When was the last time one of these was actually good? There's always a big black idiot though in every set. And there we go, chat. The review has concluded. Ecuador! Ecuador!